Hello there survivors, and welcome back to another video in ARK Survival Ascended. Today we're back on Astraeos taking a look at the entries from my Greek build challenge that I organized for my community members to celebrate a new recent addition to the map of Astraeos, which brought us a huge new area which is amazing to explore. And today we're going to take a look at some of the Greek inspired builds my community has done. And if you want to be part of this in the future, make sure you join my Discord so you know when we start the next one. This specific build challenge was done with creative mode, so they had full potential to go absolutely crazy. And if you enjoy seeing these videos, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get started. So the next location is not quite in the ruins itself, but it's right in front of it, and it's a really cool little safe haven that looks absolutely beautiful with some very nice structures and utilizing this beautiful little pond surrounded by the blossom trees very well, and definitely a nice addition, especially if you may be planning to, you know, call those villas and the ruins up there your home, because yeah, this is a great addition, blends right in and could have been part of the thing to begin with. So here we go, we have these lovely waterfalls coming down from the villa, which looks very cool, and then we have the build right down here, looking very nice. We got some rounded structures in here. We have a very cool little circle in here. I mean, just really cool utilizing this pond and the water features out here for a really cool effect. And we have you know, beautiful flowers along the side, very cool little water feature in the middle as well. And of course here more plants, and then we have a little temple there. Plenty of statues and those cool arches utilizing the gateways, which is a very simple thing to do with the Astraeos skins, but the gateways look so good. You can really do some cool things just by utilizing them. And yeah, I really like the fact that it's all circular, you know, making it very nice shapes to get all these curves that it kind of instantly breaks you free from what you're used to seeing in ARK. So we have little temple up here. I'm not sure. Yeah, there is an interior. Look at that little shrine up here, very nicely decorated with all the little plants and, you know, little sacrifices. We even have some food here. You know, if you get hungry whilst waiting, you can have some nice food. We have some braziers around, and then I don't think we can walk behind the statues, but yeah, in general this is a really cool build. Really like it. You know, just something really nice, safe. This would be a really cool spot for like a teleporter or something. Really cool. And the next build is definitely a very cool one, and also kind of serves as a very cool battle rig arena. But of course, it's a hippodrome, a very cool one as well. You know, there's definitely some potential to do some really cool racing around this one, looking absolutely gorgeous. And plenty of places here on the grandstands as well, using a combination of the Astraeos custom cosmetics as well as some ASR pieces and some CKF pieces too. And probably also, yeah, also some Roman custom cosmetic skins in there. But yeah, it's looking absolutely awesome. We have the whole hippodrome itself with cool entrances and beautiful surroundings, as well as this big entrance at the end, of course, with all the arches looking very cool. And then inside, of course, we have the arena itself looking nice. As I said, grandstands everywhere. You can access them as well. So yeah, this would be a great event location for sure. Looking very cool. Little box there as well for, you know, the more important people to view the racing, and a lovely little divider with some decorations, teleporter, everything ready here. Definitely looking really cool. Yeah, maybe it's time to organize some Olympic games and utilize this as one of the obstacles or one of the sports that we need to take part in. But yeah, very cool build. You know, the circular design always works well if you get it in ARK. You know, it just kind of breaks what you're expecting to see, and this is once again very, very well done. Really cool build. And yeah, I did drive my battle rig around here, and it was really fun. It was really fun. Very ancient Greek, of course. Very much so. But yeah, this is such a cool build. And yeah, fun to see something a little bit different than maybe the temples that you think of first, because this is also definitely something really, really cool. And this villa above the waterfall looks absolutely stunning as well. Definitely utilizing the beautiful new landscape, as well as, of course, using those nice Astraeos custom cosmetics, but blending in some other things, the statues from the castlecraft structures, as well as some other cosmetics for the grass textures around. And of course, JVH landscaping for a lot of the plants. I think the water and stuff, the custom water at least, is made by the Crystal Custom Cosmetics. And there's probably more to check out inside, but definitely a really cool use of the waterfalls that are here. You know, building across those, having some floating parts in the front as well. Probably using some ASR pieces that allow you to build mid-air with support. But yeah, it looks very, very cool. So let's take a closer look. Let's start in these floating little gardens. Very nicely done. This is from Cozy Cabins, which is a really cool structure skins as well. And it has this amazing grass texture, which is perfect if you like building some gardens like this. Got some cool water features out here as well. Another floating part of the garden, and we can make our way up to the next layer where we have, of course, these slopes, which I think is the Arcadian skin to get the different grass texture. And we got some of these little domes as well. We can go all the way here and find them passed out wild, I think. You know, so tired of all the building, I think. So tired. We have another one of those little domes here, and it seems like we even have a connection back all the way down to here too, if you want to enjoy the views from here. But more importantly, we have the main building, the main villas. So let's check that out. Really cool entrance out here, and then we can go inside for a spectacular view. The Zeus statue at the end is from the Roman Cosmetics. We got a nice little garden feature in here, as well as some water features all the way around. Statues, some nice plants. Looks like we even have a full storage system, some visual storage out there to, you know, remind yourself this is still ARK, this is still, you know, you could potentially use this as a base. And we have a very cool statues, plenty of little waterways all the way around, which is really nice. And we can get all the way up here, where we have the cool statue with a floating artifact. Very cool. In the hands as well. And then we have a little room back here as well. We can enjoy the waterfall. Who doesn't want these amazing views at the back of your villa? Very, very cool build. Very atmospherical. Like I love garden and water features, and this definitely heavily features those. And it looks very, very cool indeed. Oh, I think that light effect, that is... Oh yeah, look at that. That's done by himself. He's lit up the waterfall, so even at night... Oh, we're gonna pretend not to see that. But yeah, even at night, it's gonna look really cool. I mean, even at the day, actually, the light's actually quite bright. There we go, the Waterfall Villa. Then we have another really cool looking build with an awesome big staircase up to a cliff, some amazing gardens, and an awesome shrine at the top. So yeah, let's jump in and check this one out. And as you can see, it looks really, really cool. I like the vibe of this one. The gardens, the staircase, statues, the shrines. Just feels very majestic. And just, yeah, very excited to see this up close a little bit. So let's go all the way down here where the stairs start. And we start in this lovely garden area where we have some really nice garden scenes going on, some benches around as well to relax at, and yeah, just kind of take in the views and enjoy our surroundings. We have some pathways leading up. Does this actually go somewhere, or is it just like a nice little garden? There is a lot of landscaping going around. Oh, it just leads up back to the rest of the path. That's really cool and very nicely done. So yeah, that leads just kind of up to the path and connects us back up to each other. And these arches, I think the Roman cosmetics, very nice to blend in with the Astraeos ones. They work very well together. We have more lovely gardens out here. Very, very cool. Yeah, I'm a big sucker for gardens. I think they're really nice and really fun to build and always look really good. We got some statues, of course, looking out over this beautiful pond with the fish just, you know, happily derping around. Love to see it. We got some bigger statues here with more garden features going on, looking very mighty and very cool. And then we have the start of this big staircase leading all the way up to the shrines at the top. So we have the staircase here. We have some statues along the side of it as well. That leads back to the garden. There we go. So some custom landscaping with JVH going on. Really like the paint on these as well, making them stand out a little bit more. Really cool feature going all the way up. Ooh, that's actually nice that you have the view of that pre-built temple too. Looking very, very nice. More lion statues all the way around. Some banners. Ooh, some really cool floating bits here. Feeling the magic up in here. Very, very cool. And then we have another staircase to go up. Some really big, nice temple structures around us. And then we have, ooh, a wolf dermis up here looking mighty and cool. And then we have, I think, another shrine there. Yeah, we have the pathway to follow. We have this one. Where does this lead? That takes us back down, maybe? Yeah, I think this is meant to lead us back down into the road. So this is just like another entrance. And then the other path will, I think, lead us up to the final shrine here on top of the cliff. Looking very, very cool. And we have another statue here. Standing tall. Nice water feature as well. And some amazing views of the rest of the build, of these surroundings. And you're really taking in this amazing epic landscape in the new part of Astraeos. So yeah, very cool build. Really like the vibe of this. And I mean, it might not be the most practical ARK build. You might not need this, but it looks really cool. And sometimes that's all that really matters. Sometimes you just want something that looks really cool. And for a Greek build, this definitely is screaming Greek to me. Oh, there's actually more. There's more to the shrine. There's a staircase from the shrine leading to this amazing balcony with an amazing garden all the way around and some pretty cool views. Definitely really, really nice. And you could, of course, do this as part of your survival base. You would just have your teleporter, maybe your transmitter, stuff like that. You could decorate that within the garden. I think that is a really cool thing, especially if you enjoy building. You know, sometimes you can just build something because it looks cool and it looks nice, and this definitely does. And the next one is something really, really cool. A floating island build using some magic and JVH landscaping to get a floating custom island and building some temples on there. So we enter right from this palm point with some cool statues all the way around in this little dome that looks really cool, actually. And then we can go out here and we instantly see some of these floating islands with some phoenix and the pyromane as well on some really cool pedestals. And of course, this being right in the maelstrom with those cool statues around makes it feel really epic and magical by the fact that and you know, maybe this is what is left, or this is pieces that started floating up after whatever happened here made the world sink down. But we have a really cool platform with everything hand placed, so the rocks, but also the grass, the stones here, the plants. It's all custom made, and even a custom little river here with some wild water custom cosmetic skins, as well as some trees out here. And then finally it leads us to this really cool shrine of the manticore being there. So yeah, very cool. Really love the build. It might look like it's simple, but it is a lot of work making a custom island like this float, and also adding all of this in, because this is a lot of different little grass particles that have been placed all around to make a really cool island. And I also really like just the whole idea of this, the floating islands, the little shrine, all these mythical creatures. Feels like it's a very good selection. I really like this one. And then we're here at the very cool location in the new region on the map, and this one is looking like it's utilized that location to the fullest. I love that statue over there. We have an instantly really cool little entrance here with some statues, and actually using these water tanks as like pedestals is actually a really good move. Looks very cool. And then we have, of course, just the lovely surroundings, the trees here, the statue, and everything in the background. But we also have some really cool builds. We have a little farming pen back here, and we have these adobe structures that actually would fit really well with some of the pre-built things that are on the map. This is actually really nicely done with just utilizing some paint to make them look like this, and I think they work very, very well. This is looking absolutely beautiful. I really like it. I don't think there's any interiors to the build, but that doesn't matter. This feels very at home here on the map. Very cool little buildings. And then we have a bigger temple there. We have a little statue here in the middle as well. Once again, looking nice. I mean, these statues are great ways to detail them and, you know, get the really cool Greek vibes to your buildings. And this one is looking very nice. I think it's a combination of the Astraeos cosmetics as well as the Roman cosmetics. And actually also really like raising up these steps for the temple, making it look really, really cool that way. And I think... oh, I think there wasn't going to be interiors, but there's a little bit of interior here. We can actually go inside. Look at this. Oh, I like these arches to the side. Those are quite nice. I guess that's also from the Roman cosmetic. Yeah, that's really cool. Little statues with arches, and then the big Zeus statue right in the middle. Really cool temple here. Loving that. And then I think there's a few more builds here. There's another one of these houses. Looking very, very cool. Once again, fits in very well with the vibes and some of the pre-built structures on the map. Looking very nice with the paint job too. Really nicely done. And then we have a lovely little shrine here. The banners are hanging a little bit low, but luckily I'm tiny, so I can fit right underneath. And we have a lovely little garden here with another nice statue, which, I mean, that's always good. You can't really go wrong with a nice statue, and especially with backdrops like this. But yeah, it's a really cool little build here on this island. I love these little houses made out of adobe. The temple looks great, as well as the little shrine there with the circular build. You've got the backdrop here as well. The location is key, and this is definitely an amazing spot. And over here we have a very nice water pen or entrance to your base. I think it might still be a work in progress. I think they might not have been able to completely finish it, but it still looks quite cool. I think you could still get some inspiration from this, because this would definitely be a really cool water pen with some decent amount of room here in the middle, and then surrounded by all of these little temples all the way round, with, of course, using the Astraeos cosmetics for the statues, as well as, I think that might be like the royal skin or something. I'm not quite sure, but I think I saw something like that passing. But yeah, this looks really cool, and it's kind of like this, well, almost a full circle, of course, until the end where we have the main entrance, which looks really, really cool. And then, yeah, you get this really nice effect all the way round with these temples, and we got something really cool. I would love to breed some water tames in here. Very, very nice. And the next build looks a little bit more like it could be something from an actual playthrough, as it's a little town with different buildings, but also some tames and storage around. So let's head in and check it out. We got a nice welcome sign out here, as well as a wyvern welcoming us in. And then we have a big gated entrance here. There's some nice statues right above. Or I think it's actually dermises in this case. Yes, it is. Some dermises up here. We've got some minotaur as well guarding the gate. And then if we go inside, we have some pathways around. Oh, we got a very summery vibes, party vibes. A little building over here with some water, nice fountain. And a really cool feature right here in the middle with statues all the way around it, as well as a teleporter by the looks of it. Yeah, there we go. Nice teleporter to get around with some really cool vines as well. And just, yeah, this main structure here in the middle looks really, really cool. Then we have some more things. We have some stables looking very, very cozy. Some tames all the way around and a little building in the corner. Is there decorations? Don't think so. And I'm also locked out, so I'm gonna assume that there's not. I mean, I wouldn't really have expected them. There was only like 2 weeks to get things built. And look here at the side, we have a little like pen as well with some tames out. Very, very cozy. Little pantry. This is very cute. We got some more houses over here for the elders, it seems. There we go. And we have an alpha wyvern there. Look at that. Some lovely decorations around, making this feel very, very cozy indeed. Very nice little balconies, different layers. And then we have another one right over here. Lovely decorations around and, you know, some really cool and cozy vibes all the way around the build. Very, very cool. But yeah, there's much more to see here. So we have another building here with a very cozy garden out here too, with some nice creatures standing around and some more cozy vibes and enjoying the views of the surroundings. You know, fancy garden back here with a little hot tub and everything. Tiny iguana, a little bit of a greenhouse or garden at least. Yeah, very cozy out here. And then it seems, well, we have this main building, of course, with some lovely decorations. I think there might be... Oh, there is some decorations inside this one. We've got a cat. We got a lovely interior here. Nice little living room with some lovely little chibis, or I don't know, plushies at least. Looking very cozy. Nice little kitchen here. Got the upstairs as well. Some library here to read. Little gaming room, little office room. Very, very nice. And then all the way up, we have someone sleeping, and we have the bedroom, and then we have another access point to another balcony. Very, very cozy vibes going on all over the place. Were these also decorated? No, I don't think so. Okay. Just checking if I didn't miss anything. And we got a little farm field out here. You know, a little farm with some pigs. Little dodo pen here. Little pantry. So this feels a little bit more like a practical setup as well. But very nicely laid out. Like, I love when you just make ordinary things like this that you might need look a little bit nicer by setting them up like this. This looks so fun. And then, ooh, warn the elders. Watch those ships to the east. There might be invaders. Oh, is someone else building close or something? I don't see anything, but there might be something over on the other side of the valley, I'm guessing. But that's a nice little scene. Love those additions as well. And then we have another little building over here, which looks to be a little bit of storage going on. Oh yeah, there we go. Like a little shop. Very cozy. getting some stuff there. And then we have another building over here. Once again, some lovely cozy balconies, as well as a little bit of a workshop right to the side. So it feels a little bit more like the smithy here. So you can all do all the smelting and crafting. And this looks really, really cool. This is actually a really cool little addition to, you know, work around your survival crafting needs. And of course, visual storage works very well for that, as well as the CKF crafting stations that have animations and everything. Just really, really awesome. Yeah, we got the smithy. I don't know if there's an interior here. There is a little bit of interior here. So we got a cozy little kitchen, living room inside. We have some more of those awesome libraries, as well as this cozy little office space, it feels like. We've got a little desk over here, some beautiful windows with a view, and then we have a bedroom right up here. We have, of course, access to our balcony. And what do we have here? Oh, someone else sleeping up here in this bedroom. Very, very cool. And then we have a little bit more of the storage system over there, as well as a little unloading dock for the dinos. So it's a little bit more of a realistic shake, as well as a practical survival base. But yeah, looking really cool. Okay, so the next build is a little bit different. It's more of an experience, I think. So we're just going to start right here. We're going to just see what it is and kind of experience the story. But as you can see, there's a whole legion of Astraeos soldiers out here, as well as even more of them right here along all these ships. We're going to just check to make sure there's no text or signs or anything above these ones. But we just want to kind of see where this adventure will lead us. So we have a group of troops here, and they're going to go a cave. So we're going to just follow this road and see where it will lead us. Torches along the way. There's definitely beasts around here. We'll just follow this pathway up and see where it will lead us. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the cave. The elephant is trying to get into the cave as well, I guess. He's standing on the torch, probably not happy about that. But we've made it to the cave, so I think the experience is going to begin. I think this might be the cave that gets really, really dark, so hopefully it's not going to be too bad. That guy is following me in, it feels like. But anyway, we have a cave. We have some light. We're just gonna follow the path. Try not to miss anything, because as I said, it's kind of an experience, but I think we'll see the scenes when we get to them. There seems to be a lot of sheep here and a cyclops. I got another... I think this is the same group of soldiers. They obviously followed us. You killed my sheep, my favorite sheep. What gives you the right to deal a pain so deep? Don't you know that pain you sow is pain you reap? Oof. Is he saying that, or is he saying that? Because he's making a love sound like he loves the sheep. But he might be doing the reaping. Feels more likely. But yeah, we got a lot of sheep out here. I guess the scene is going to continue, right? Like that's the way this works. Time to drink your blood over here where you stand. Your life now is in my hands. Before I'm done, you will learn that it's not so fun to take. You came to my home to steal, but now you'll become my meal. A trait you see, take from you like you took from me. All right, well, there we go. They're getting ready to fight. Oh, there's just one guy left here. Wine? Oh, wait. There's been a misunderstanding. We never came here to steal. Now that I see we've done some damage, maybe you and I can make a deal. I'll give you a fine treasure so long as we leave alive. You can keep the world's best tasting wine. Wine? Okay. We've got a big gate here to open. And there's more decorations here, so I guess the scene continues. This feels like it's a lot lighter here than it used to be, so maybe this cave has been updated so that you can actually see, because it actually has an open ceiling, so it makes a lot more sense to be lit lighter here. Okay, I think we start here. Have a drink, one sip, and you'll understand the power that's in your hands. A wine so fresh, you'd never want to eat human flesh again. Then we shall be on our way. No bloodshed in here today. A trade, you see, a gift from you and a gift from me. I'd like to thank you for your gift. I've one to reply. I'm so glad we see eye to eye. Yes, you shall be the final man to die. Oof. 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 Painful. 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 Alright, so I guess I'm following this path still, because I feel like there's a little bit more builds here. I don't want to get lost, but I do think this is the way to follow. He's got a club. Watch out. You've hurt me enough. 600 life will take. 600 life I'll break. And when I kill you, then my pain is over. You're dying here now. Escape is not allowed. You won't live through this day. Now die. Damn. Oh no, some of them already died and completely turned into skeletons. There we go. Where do I go now, though? Because there's kind of two things, right? Pay tribute to Biopani. Should I go there first? I don't know. It's actually a really cool place. I didn't know there's red water here because I couldn't see here before, but now I can. Which is great for the video because now you can actually see in here, which is really exciting. So yeah, I think, oh, this is one of the ruins that was here before and it's been slightly rebuilt around it as well. Don't know if there's any, doesn't seem to be any scenes here specifically. I think it was more, oh, maybe there was something here. Maybe more of a backdrop for the rest of the scene. So we'll just follow this path here. Check this out. The red water is actually quite cool, and we have the first big building here as well. I don't know if there's going to be more scenes, but we'll check it out. Looks like there's something up here. Oh, there's a toe. there's something with toes here. But yeah, this looks really cozy. I guess, is this like the afterlife that they end up here? Because this feels great. Well, except the toes. The toes are a bit weird, you know. But, hey. Torek the Almighty. There we go. I guess that... we made it. We made it to the end. Well, this was a really fun experience. I like the seeds. I always liked seeing little seeds like that. It's really, really cool. There we go. That were all the Greek-themed builds entered for this build challenge. And if you want to join my servers, check out the Discord link below. We have an entire normal cluster as well with all the maps up. And we also do regular build challenges over there, as well as some custom and limited time events like this build challenge, like the CKF build challenge we recently did, as well as some survival themed challenges like the Wild West event. So if that sounds like fun, make sure you head over to my Discord. And thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you again in the next one. For now, goodbye.